Why? I always jump ahead. Like always. Like, I got excited and started talking and, like, without thinking and, like, didn't. Freaking. Why do I do this? We made one step and I just decided to take two when we weren't ready. In case you're really confused, sorry for being really cryptic and weird. I was just on the phone with my mom. Well, I guess I should start from the beginning. I had my first therapist appointment today, which was both fun but also disappointing because the therapist is great. Like, she's a good therapist, and, like, I think I'm gonna get along with her. Like, we did talk a lot, and, we got, like, down the basics of, like, why I have PTSD, like, why I think I have ADHD, and yada, yada, yada. But she also said that she can't stay with me for more than a year because I'm gonna be 18 in less than a year, and, I'm gonna be 18 in less than a year, so, like, by 18, she's in child psychiatry. I'm not gonna be a child anymore, so she can't, like, be my psychiatrist anymore. So I was like, well, that's a bummer. Like, you're great. Like, shit. Finding a good therapist was, like, pretty much fucking impossible. Like, in fact, I came into that office expecting it not to be a great interview and, like, me having to, like, tell her straight up, like, I am not gonna, like, if we don't work, then I'm moving. I'm sorry, but, like, I'm just gonna have to start over with someone else. But she ended up being great, and, like, I'm really disappointed, though, because, like, I'm not gonna be able, like, I'm gonna create a bond with her, and then I'm gonna leave in, like, 6 months, or 7 months, or however many months I have before May comes around again, which is not ideal. And then I was, like, maybe thinking, maybe I could ask her and be like, yo, do you know any psychiatrists in the adult department that you could recommend me? And she said no, like, she doesn't associate with any of the adult department psychiatrists. And I'm just like, well, fuck. Like, that's great. Like, great. Like, I just, like, awesome. But, with her, like, I just, like, opened up more and I started, like, talking more and, like, I don't know, I just, like, felt more vulnerable and, like, felt like I could trust, like, my mom more and stuff. And, like, I even opened up to my mom a little bit and, like, talked to my mom a little bit. And then my mom started opening up to me and I was, like, really, like, great. And, like, I felt our bond, like, growing and stuff. But then, again, one stepped and I wanted to make it 2 steps and then I pushed it too far. Because I told her that, because she was talking about, like, living together again or whatever and how she's gonna get better. Hold on, I think my grandma said something. Nope, just rushing water. It's great. But, like, basically she was talking about us living together again. And I was just like, I don't think that's ever gonna happen. And she was like, why not? And I was like, and so I was, like, telling her that, like, because, like, she has a mental disability, like, I don't know if, like, I can, like, live with her anymore until, like, I'm an adult and, like, mature enough and, like, able to, like, live with her. Because I can't as a child anymore and I can't as a young adult. Like, I just can't. And part of it is the trust issue, like I was talking about, and part of it is just, like, I'm not mature enough and she's not ready to, like, live with someone who's, like, dependent on her anymore. Like, she's not ready right now. Like, she needs years of, like, she needs, like, at least 2 or 3 years of, like, sobriety and, like, taking her meds and taking therapy. And right now she's just in the beginning stages of that. And she's still, like, she just recently had a relapse, like, a month ago. Like, she's not ready. And she keeps talking about us, like, going back to live together. And I'm just like, no. Like, no. Like, and of course she got, like, offended and was like, well, I don't understand why we can't live together. And, like, like, I love you, you love me, like, what's the big deal? Because I was telling her, because, like, I guess it had been a long time since I'd confirmed to her and been like, I, like, love you, and, like, we're, like, we may not have the most traditional, like, mother-daughter relationship, but I love you, and, like, we have a relationship, and don't ever forget that. And that suddenly turned into her being like, oh, we can be a big, happy family again. And I'm just like, no, we can't, Mom. Like, it's not possible. And, I mean, maybe sometime in the future we can have, like, an adult mother-daughter relationship, but we'll never have the child-daughter, like, child-daughter and, like, adult-mother relationship that, like, we, like, illusion to have in my childhood that we were in denial of. Like, we'll never have that. And she just needs to accept that. Like, I've accepted it. Like, I don't, like, hold a grudge against her. Like, I mean, I have some trust issues, but that's just, like, on my part. Like, I just need to work through those on my own. And, like, there's also the part of, like, she, like, now she doesn't want me to leave, like, the state. And I'm just like, you always knew that I was leaving the state, Mom. Like, I'm not staying here. Like, I freaking hate California. And she's just like, I don't want you leaving me. Like, I don't want to be all alone. And I'm just like, Mom, like, you're not alone. Like, you have, like, you're gonna gain friends and you're gonna be okay. And I'm gonna frequently visit you. And, like, in the future when I'm adult and enough to handle it, and when you're, like, sober and enough to, like, handle yourself as well, and, like, not dependent on our relationship, like, then I can maybe, like, live with you for short periods of time as well and visit you. But, like, not now. Like, that's years in the future. Like, many, many years, Mom. Like, it's not happening. And, like, I was just getting frustrated because she was in the state where she was, like, unreasonable. And, like, we weren't gonna be able to have a reasonable conversation. So I just told her, like, I'm sorry, I gotta go. Like, I just kind of made up a thing with, like, Mike, because Mike was leaving and I wanted to hug him goodbye, which I could have hugged him goodbye and been on the phone with her, but, like, you could just tell the conversation was just gonna continue going downhill. So, like, I just told her, like, goodbye, I love you, and good night. But, like, I can't continue a conversation when it's going that downhill and she's that unreasonable. Like, hopefully she realizes it soon. Like, I just jumped the gun too soon and told her something that I shouldn't have. And now she's gonna get all paranoid and all of that shit is gonna happen again. Because she already freaked out, because before my psychiatry appointment, like, she was supposed to drive me, but she couldn't make it because she slept in. So she called me literally having a panic attack and crying on the phone and being like, I'm so sorry, like, you're not gonna make it, you're gonna be late to school, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, girl, like literally we have an hour, like, you're fine. And she was just, like, panicking, and I was like, look, I can just take an Uber and then you can meet me there, it's fine. And literally I got there and, like, with the Uber, and then, like, not even 5 minutes later, like, she was there. So, like, it didn't make much of a difference. And she was like, she'd collected herself, she was, like, doing okay, and I was like, okay, we're okay. And then I had, like, my little psychiatry appointment. And then afterwards, like, we were driving back and I told her some stuff, and then, like, she just, like, kind of freaked out on me. And then later on, like, I was feeling satisfied because I thought the psychiatry appointment went well. I thought my mom's conversation went well. Because, like, she kind of freaked out, but, like, she seemed to just go quiet and, like, accept it. And I was like, well, that's good. Like, she's finally, like, gotten it. And, like, we're good. Like, I can continue to grow my relationship with her. But I forget, like, I need to take baby steps. And I can't jump the gun with myself, because I love to jump the gun with a lot of things. Especially with myself. And a lot of times, like, I'm a very adaptive person, I feel like, and so, like, usually I can just, like, adapt around it and be like, oh, I jumped too soon, but, like, it's fine. Like, I can cling to this one little rock on the edge and I'll pull myself back up again, it's fine. Or I'll find a new ledge and, like, build from there. Like, it's fine. I'm, like, very adaptable and I can do that. She is not, and she's still, like, very early stages of growth, and she does it, like, she can't do that. And so, like, any mishap I make with her, like, she's gonna remember and, like, freak out over for, like, months. Like, who knows, she's so sensitive that, like, she might even have a relapse from that. I have no idea. Like, I don't, so, yeah, I don't know. I really, like, I'm beating myself up over jumping the gun. Like, I should have, like, I let loose and was just kind of more comfortable and, like, wasn't watching my language as well and wasn't being so guarded around her, which was good in a way because I was opening up to her, but also, like, I said some, like, a thing that I shouldn't have. It was too early. But other than that, good news, I got into contact with my aunt, which I don't know if I've talked to you about my aunt before, but she's like, I remember her being drunk a lot when I used to live in Virginia, and I had to take care of my cousin because her and my mom were literally like losing their minds to drugs and alcohol and weed or whatever the fuck they could find to like drug themselves up with. So, yeah, not the fondest memories with her, but she like reached out to me on Facebook and was like, you know, like I like your mom called me and she was like freaking out and I don't understand what's going on. Like, can you please tell me what's going on? And like, if you're having trouble there, then you can like move in with me like in Virginia. And I was like, that's very sweet, but like, I can't move to Virginia. Like, I have not the greatest memories of Virginia. I'm just being honest. But also like physically my body does not handle Virginia well at all. Like, it's just like my asthma like freaks the hell out. Like I can handle San Francisco and Seattle cold, but like colder than that, like my body's just gonna like, we're gonna like thaw and freeze. I mean thaw like doesn't even make any sense. Okay, like freeze to death and like just hypothermia, you know? Like that's how dramatic my body is with like extreme cold. Like yeah. I don't even like snow either. Like, I know every California or anyone who's in the sun is like, I want a white Christmas, okay? No, like, white Christmases are awful because, like, there's snow everywhere. Like, traffic is horrible. Horrible. And then people are, like, crazy drivers because they think they can just drive normally on the road when it's ice slick. Like, you're gonna freaking, like, spew off and, like, kill yourself. Like, are you kidding? Like... Anyways, so, yeah. Plus, it's not the right time. Like, I'm finishing up high school. Like, I'm forming friendships that, like, I know will, like, last a lifetime. Or hopefully will last a lifetime. Because I think I'm, like, really connected with those people. And, like, I want to continue Sierra College and then go to Coast Guard. Like, I have a life here. Like, I mean, I'm going to be traveling a lot. But, like, California is my home right now. Like, I have things that I need to do now. Here in California. Like, I'm in the future, I'm definitely moving away from California. There's no doubt about that. But it will not be Virginia, and like, no. Like, no. I can visit her. Like, I can go visit her for like Christmas and stuff, but like, I don't want to live in Virginia. But yeah, it was just great talking to her because she's been sober for 5 years now. And she's just like great, and she was like apologizing and telling me she's so sorry, and I kind of already like accepted that like she wasn't in the right mind, and if she's already like been sober for so long, then she's like, in my eyes, she's already like rectified herself and she's already apologized by her actions. Because I have always, I know this is such a cheesy saying, but like actions speak way fucking louder than words. Like, words can be so manipulated, and like, I mean, people like me and my uncle who are like honest and blunt and straightforward, unfortunately, we're very rare. And it took me a long time to get to be this honest, okay? So, like, you just, like, need to freaking, like, just, you can't just, like, continue your life searching for the people who are honest. Like, you have to look or, like, watch for, like, people's actions, because those are what count. Like, and actions are pretty obvious when they're like being faked. Words, not so much. But anyways, so like her just getting sobriety and being sober for 5 years and like being involved with my cousin right now, like, is just amazing. Like, that's like, she's great, and like I've already forgiven her and like let go, and so I don't have any grudges against her at all. Like, I mean, I kind of did, and like, if she was still like in a bad place, then I wouldn't have visited her and I wouldn't have talked to her. But she's in a great place right now. Like, she's living life, and hopefully, like, when I like start moving around and stuff, and my mom like feels a little alone or whatever, she can like reach out to my aunt, because I was telling my mom, like, because my aunt contacted me because she was freaking out about my mom, because my mom never contacts her, because my mom, it's kind of like me, when we're at weak points, like, we don't like reaching out. But like, what I've learned from my mom is when you don't reach out, like, it just gets worse. Like, you need to reach out. And so, like, and my mom hasn't learned that, so, like, I was telling her, like, you need to talk to your sister, like, she's, like, amazing right now. Like, you guys, like, used to have a really great connection. I mean, yeah, it was not the greatest connection in my eyes when I was a kid, but, like, now, like, when you were children, you had a great connection, and now as the adults who are, you're trying to get sober, and she has been sober for 5 years, you guys can help each other, and, like, be supportive of each other, and blah, 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 and, like, who better to understand her PTSD and other stuff than her sister, because they went through the same kind of things. They were raised by the same fucking stuff, like just insane parents, and like insane parents, and like foster care, and just, so they know each other. They know, like, experiences together, and like I don't, I mean, I get my mom, because like I have the same problem where I feel guilty and I don't want to be a burden on people, but you need to talk, otherwise, like, you're just gonna make things worse for yourself. And like, yeah, so yeah, I just kind of got frustrated with the conversation with my mom, because like, honestly, the way I ended the conversation was probably not the greatest. Like, she's probably having a panic attack right now, or like freaking out, but I'm like not a psychiatrist. Like, I'm not trained to deal with that, and I don't know how to help her when she's going through that. And I mean, I can talk to her reasonably when she's reasonable, and I can help her when she's trying to heal, but when she's like freaking out to me, like, I can't help her. Like, she needs to learn by herself that she needs to go to rehab. She needs to, like, go to a therapist. It doesn't matter how short the process is, because you're in a temporary home right now, like, you still need therapy. Like, she keeps coming with excuses for me, and like being like, I'm moving anyways, like, I'm moving soon anyways. She's been at that house for like 6 months now. Like, 6 months, she could have been like well into therapy by now, and like helping herself, and she probably wouldn't have had that relapse like a month ago. Like, if she'd been going regularly to AAA meetings and had a sponsor, which is a kind of like a leader person who like tells you like they guide you and stuff. Like, if she'd had a sponsor, she would probably be making a new friend, or making new friends if she connected more with people, and like she just needs to do more for herself, and she's not, and she keeps making excuses and being like, oh, I'm not in the right place. I'm like, because you're not, like, the reason you're not in the right place is because you're not getting help. Like, you can't get to the right place by yourself. Like, it's literally impossible. Like, I've learned that myself for the past 2 years. Like, I can't, like, you can't do it by yourself. Like, it's impossible. Like, you can't work through everything and heal yourself and, like, help yourself, especially with her problems, because they're way worse than mine. Like, you can't do it by yourself. Like, you can't do it alone. You're just gonna have relapses, and you're gonna have, like, more psychiatric, like, freakouts. Like, she can't, and, like, I don't know, like, I'm just frustrated, because, like, I can't help her, and, like, I thought we were over the whole I'm clinging to you thing, but apparently not. And like, I'm like, I love my mom, but I'm tired of it, because like, I'm not gonna be here forever. Like, I'm not staying here forever, and she can't follow me wherever I go. Like, that's not, she needs to like let go, and like, just accept the fact that like, we made mistakes. Like, I made a mistake by staying with her, and she made a mistake by not healing herself, therefore not taking care of me. And like, my aunt made a mistake, and my mom made a mistake when I was really young, because they didn't take care of themselves by like the proper way, and they took drugs and alcohol and stuff in front of my cousin and I, like, they did wrong, but, like, they're trying to help themselves. Or at least I thought they were in the process of, which my aunt is, and she's, like, well into it, but, like, my mom is still in the beginning stages, but she keeps saying she's trying, but she hasn't made the first step. It's like she's lifted her foot and she's too scared to put it down. Like, take the first fucking step already. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to support you or help you anymore. And you're just going to be on your own, just like you keep being scared of being alone. Like, I'm going to leave you alone if you don't get help. Like, I can't be there for you if you're not helping yourself, because if you're not helping yourself, then this relationship is not going to work out. Like, we're not going to be able to be a family if you're not going to help yourself. Just like I can't be myself and I can't keep growing as a person if I don't help myself. Like, you can't be there for other people and you can't be there for your own self if you're not even helping yourself. Like, it all starts with you. So, like, she needs to do that. Like, like, so yeah. I'm just irritated with my mom right now, because, like, I'm not gonna stay by her if she doesn't get help, and she needs to, like, wake up and realize I need help. I thought she was there, but she's apparently not, or she's wishy-washy, or she's going back and forth. But, like, to me, it's not a big deal. Like, she shouldn't be ashamed. But, like, everyone has their weaknesses, and a lot of hers aren't even her fault. They're her past. Like, she was the one surrounded by drugs. She was the one surrounded by molesters and shit, and just, like, needed help. And she found that help through, like, her peers around her were doing drugs that made her forget, and she got addicted. Like, but the fact is, like, right now she, like, needs to be trying to help herself and not going back and doing that all over again, because if she goes back, like, it's just gonna keep destroying her. Like, staying sober purely off willpower is not possible. Like, you need the support of others, and she has no friends, so she needs to go to AAA. Like, she needs to keep taking her psychiatric pills. She needs to keep therapy up, which she hasn't been for months. Like, maybe even a year. And, like, that needs to happen, otherwise she's not gonna get better. Like, you can't... I don't know. I don't know. I can't help her. And, like, I'm frustrated because, like, I can't help her, but I'm not mad at myself. I'm mad at her because she's not helping herself. And then she's, like, clinging on to me again, just like she used to when I used to live with her. Like, in the 2 years that she's not learned anything? Like, Mom, I left you and I can't live with you for a reason. Like, you need to help yourself. And you need to help yourself for yourself, not for the hope of me going back to live with you, because I'm not going back to live with you. So, yeah. I love my mom. Like, I love my mom to infinity, but, like... And especially when I'm in a really, really bad place, sometimes when I want to kill myself, like, the only thing keeping me going is that I know my mom needs me, but she needs to learn to not need me. Like, she needs to learn to need herself. So, and she's only going to do that through therapy, and through taking her medicine, and through AAA. Like, those are the 3 things that she needs to keep doing, and she's not. Like, I think she's still taking her pills, but she might not even be taking those. Like, I just don't know. Like, I mean, I do know, but, like, there's nothing I can do. Like, I just have to wait it out and hope that she makes the right decision. But if she doesn't, then I'm gonna have to say goodbye again. Which is gonna suck, because that means I'm gonna lose 2 parents. So, great. Yeah. Anyways, at least I know my parents. I actually talked to this girl in my school who, like, was telling me about how, like, she doesn't even know her dad. Like, he left before she was even born, and I was like, oh my god, like, that's horrible. And she's so happy all the time, like, you would never guess. And, yeah. But she's like a great like person, and like, yeah. But that's really unfortunate. Like, what an asshole. Like, who the fuck leaves their own child? Like, I get maybe you don't want to be with like the person you impregnated anymore, but like at least support your fucking child. Like, my God, have you no pride? Have you no love, compassion? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, Anyways, but it just like made me like know that like it can be way worse. Like, I could be an orphan, like a true orphan. I could be in the foster system. I could be adopted by a horrible family. Like, there are many, many outcomes that could have happened to me and they didn't. And I'm grateful for that. And I'm also grateful for the past that I've had because it's taught me like a lot of the stuff that I've like know now. And like it's shaped who I am today. And like, I mean, some days I really fucking hate it, but like other days, like, I'm proud. Because, well, I mean, maybe not proud exactly, but like, I'm happy. Because I went through that, like, I'm stronger and I don't take anybody's shit. Like, and I'm like way more open-minded because of the things that I've gone through. And I'm way more understanding and probably too understanding at sometimes at points, but you know, whatever. But anyways, I think I'm done here because like I talked a lot. Mostly I had frustration with my mom. But yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna focus on the positives and hope that my mom makes the right decision. Because I can't help her. Like, I feel like sometimes she just magically thinks that everything's gonna be better if I live with her again, and that's not possible. Yeah, so. And I think my psychiatrist offended her, because I was telling my psychiatrist that I want this to be my journey and my journey alone, and I want my mom to make her own journey. So we're still connected, my mom and I, but like we're also growing apart because I'm becoming an adult. Like, I'm becoming my own person. Like, I'm not being my mom's crutch anymore. Like, I'm my own person. That doesn't mean that I hold any grudges against my mom. Like, I still love my mom and I've forgiven her. But like, I need to like make my own journey, and she needs to make her own and love herself just as much as I need to love my own self. And so I was telling my therapist that, so like my therapist kind of hinted that my mom, the next appointment that I have in 2 weeks, like doesn't need to come, and my mom got offended and was like, excuse me, like, are you saying that I didn't do anything? And just like, I don't know, like my mom got all sensitive about it and was like, I don't think your therapist likes me. Hi, Mom. Sorry, Grandma. I don't know why I said hi, Mom, when my grandma came in. Like, But yeah, so I don't even remember what I was talking about. But this painting looks like I have like the sticks out of my hair. But like, this is the painting. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna go to bed because like I don't really more frustration from mom. So like, yeah, she's just like really sensitive about the stupid therapist thing. I was like, boo, like, you need to chill. Like, please, it's not that big a deal. Like, we're moving on. I still love you and we're still having a relationship, but we're never gonna have like a simple mother-daughter relationship, and I'm never gonna be like your like daughter, like your little precious daughter who like lives with you anymore. Like, that's not me. Like, I don't even want to live here with my grandma, and I don't even want to live with my dad or anybody else. Like, I want to live on my own, or if I want to live with like friends or something, or a roommate. Like, I want to be on my own, which I think is normal. Like, I'm 17. Like, in 2 years, I'm going to be graduating. Like, that's normal for everyone to leave the nest, as they say. So, I don't know. Anyways, goodbye.